Welcome to the Drew Yari Show.
August the 7th, and I know we're a little early today, and I'll explain a bit for anyone that I haven't told yet. Welcome to another episode of the Drew Yari Show, and I'm your host, Yari. What's going on, guys? It is episode 94? Hey, what's going on, Trademark? Episode 94, I believe? 93 or 94, I don't know, I need to check, I'm too lazy to check, but, yeah, it's a nice little. It's really fucking hot here in San Antonio. I've said that like 8 million times before. I can't emphasize how hot it is. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I wouldn't recommend it to my worst enemies. I don't even know who my worst enemies are. But even if I did, I would not subject them to this unbearable heat. Even at nighttime, it's humid. Like, that's insane. At nighttime, it's supposed to get, like, relatively cool. As a matter of fact, I remember, like, 2 weeks ago, our local news station said that we were supposed to have, like, a cool spot. Like, for a whole week, it was going to be, like, in the 70s. Where the fuck is that? Nowhere. It didn't happen, because it never existed. But yeah, we're going to be hot for a while. More than likely until September or whenever the hell fall starts, which it needs to happen sometime soon. It's crazy that we're in August already. It feels like July went by real quick. Like it doesn't really feel like anything too important. Usually months go by slower whenever there's like shit going on. July, it just seemed like really nothing happened. I mean, obviously for the 4th of July, but that's like an every year thing. But it just seemed like it the month of July started and then it ended. That's it. You know, and then the month of August started and, you know, things happen. I know I don't really mean to get too political on the show, but like, I guess we can talk a little bit about the shootings. What happened in El Paso. I don't have the guy's name, which, to be honest, I don't really think it matters what his name is. The guy's a piece of human garbage. You know, he literally just drove all the way to El Paso, to a Walmart in El Paso, because, in his words, he felt like and I'm just paraphrasing here, he felt like getting rid of Hispanics. Killed 20 people. 20 innocent people who did nothing wrong. All they were doing was just going to Walmart. Just like any other person in this country. They just wanted to go to Walmart. And I'm forgetting the facts. Like, wasn't there like, there were like, what was it? Middle school kids or elementary school kids that were like selling candy bars in front of the store? And if there's anyone that can help me out with the facts, that'd be great. I'm just forgetting a few things, but yeah, it's just kids, parents, just innocent people were caught in the crossfires. And then what happened in Ohio? I should probably pull that up real quick. Dayton, Ohio. Happened in Dayton, Ohio. It's actually 22 victims. This is just confirmed recently. No, I'm not interested in that. Okay, this is what I hate about the internet. It said the El Paso police identified the victims as the death toll climbed to 22 people. Jesus. 9 people were killed in Dayton. I don't know why I'm surprised. Mourner says the Dayton gunman made a hit list in high school. A fellow student says... I'm just reading the update. Trump condemned racism, white supremacy. Well, duh. I guess he decided to change his tune on video games being the problem, which is just complete asinine. I know I made a post the other day where I just said, video games aren't the problem. Trump isn't even the problem. And I just named a bunch of other things that, usually people use as a scapegoat as, the problem to a lot of these tragedies are. None of them are the problem. It's hate. A gun is not the problem. Like 1 billion people own guns in this country, in this world, and not all of them go out and just killing people. You can have a gun and not have hate in your heart. You have the right to bear arms, A, B, C, and D. But when you have someone who's just very mentally ill, who's not right in the head, whose heart is filled with hate, usually that's a bad combination, especially when you give them a weapon. Like the Columbine kids. This is 20 years ago. If you guys watched Bowling for Columbine, the whole consensus of it was that they were blaming, shocking rock, act Marilyn Manson and violent video games and South Park. When at the day you realize these kids were not right in the head, they were bullied every day, and there were signs that were so obvious even Stevie Wonder couldn't see it. Like they showed their class pictures where they're making gun gestures at the camera. They had, the trench coat mafia, is that what they were called in high school? And, the signs were obvious. Like this kid, the signs were obvious. He put on his Facebook, he spelled out Trump using guns. I don't know if he did that himself or if he just found something on the internet. If he did that himself, either way, those are warning signs. That's especially a big warning sign. And again, you can't blame Trump because, again, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not really a politics guy. But anyone's allowed to disagree with me on this. It's a free forum. Say what you want. But I don't think Trump really knows the power of his voice. You know what I mean? Of course, there's going to be idiots out there that are going to take his message and take it as something else. Like whenever he was running for president, he had said, Mexico is filled with, drug dealers and rapists and A, B, C, and D, which he followed up with, well, I don't think all of them are bad people. Not all of them are bad people. And which I think putting up a wall is fucking ridiculous, by the way, which will never happen. It will never happen. Not in the millionaires. But of course, there are going to be idiots out there that are going to heed his message and take his message, to heart. Like, oh, so does that mean we can get rid of all the, all the minorities in our country, all the Mexicans, A, B, C, and D? It's like, no, that's actually not what he said. That's what he said. Trump, Trump, Trump. So, with idiots like these who killed, 22, again, I just read this, 22 innocent people at a Walmart, they took his message to heart. And like he said, I just felt like killing Hispanics. Just something needs to be done. You can't just go around taking people's guns, because that's just going to cause another problem. I don't know what needs to be done. It's easy for me to just sit here and say, well, you need to do a psych evaluation on every single person in America and in our country and all around the world. That's not easy to do. I don't think they even have the resources to do it. I don't even think they can physically do that. But something needs to be done. Do they give psych evaluations to anyone who wants to buy a gun? Even if you pass that, you can still be an idiot. You can still do some dumb shit. So, but to take away guns, again, that's not going to solve a problem. It's just going to create a new problem. To crack down on violent video games, again, that's just stupid. That's a waste of time. And again, if you go after a problem that's not really the problem, you end up creating another problem. You know what I mean? That's just the way I see it. Another problem I want to get into is our good buddy John Draper, Wrestling Soup, Global Balding, which you can find on Patreon for just $5. If you sign up to the Wrestling Soup's Patreon for just $5, you get shows like Global Balding with John, John has become and I know this isn't the first time that's happened, but like he's become subject to how do you say white knights on Twitter, where on Monday John made a comment about Charlotte, where he basically just pointed out, and I don't have the quote right in front of me or the tweet in front of me. He basically just said that it looks like Charlotte has work done, which again, Stevie Wonder can see that she has work done. He didn't say it in a mean tone. He wasn't mocking her and making fun of her. As a matter of fact, I think John even likes Charlotte. Not like, more like he's a fan of hers. But, and yeah, all he said was just, looks like she has some work done. And I believe the rest of it was like, a lot of these women, they're getting work done when they don't really need to. Because a lot of them are naturally pretty. Which, he's right. You look at Carmella, for example. Carmella debuted on the main roster. The first time I saw Carmella was the first time they had NXT here in San Antonio, which was in 2015. And it was Carmella versus Alexa Bliss. And that was actually the first time I saw Alexa Bliss. And I just, when I first saw Carmella, I'm like, okay, she's a cute girl. She's very pretty, very natural look. Seems like a sweetheart. Seems like someone who's very nice. You can bring home to your parents, A, B, C, and D. She gets put on the main roster, and in about a year, I would say, you notice a change in her face and her look. She clearly got work done on her lips, because I've always said, it looks like she can't close her mouth all the way. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just like, you look at a side-by-side comparison of Carmella from 2015 to now, you clearly notice a difference. And you know what? This isn't me telling women, you can't get work done. The point that, I'm trying to make and what John is trying to make is that why do they need to get work done? Why do they feel like they need to get work done? And then, and let me go back even further, Paige. When Paige was in NXT, when she debuted on the main roster, again, very naturally cute, girl. As a matter of fact, the first time I saw her, she looked like my ex, which was almost scary how much she looked like my ex. But I always thought, she's very pretty. She has a nice look to her. She has a natural look. And then within maybe a year and a half, you start to see something different to her. She clearly got, Botox in her lips, or I don't know if that's the right pronunciation for it, or that's the right term for it. She clearly got a boob job. She got shots in her butt. She looks completely different than what she's. I'm not saying she's ugly, but you can clearly tell that she got a look. She got something different to her. She changed something about her. All in all. The only thing you can chalk it up to is, maybe somebody just pretty much said something to her, like, "Yeah, you're cute, but Nikki Bella's got better lips." Just saying. So Paige, thinking, "Oh damn, I really got to compete here, so maybe I should get my lips fixed." Carmella, same thing. She debuted on the main roster. Paige, trying to give her quote-unquote sound advice. Hey, you're very pretty, but you're not going to get anywhere with those lips. You're not going to get anywhere with those cheekbones. Just saying. So, sorry, I just ate some pizza, which I probably shouldn't have before the show. So yeah, going back to John just pretty much just made a astute observation. Again, didn't say anything mean or disrespectful, and I remember to actually click like on it. And the fucking floodgates opened, and all these white knights just started going after John. Pretty much just saying shit like, how dare you attack Charlotte? How dare you tell a woman how to look, and A, B, C, and D. You shouldn't tell a woman how to look because you're not a woman, or you shouldn't do A, B, C, and D. This one cocksucker, and trademark, I saw the conversations you were having with this asshole, fucking Sliced Wrestling, or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, those pussies over there. He basically attacked John, and not only attacked John for talking shit about Charlotte, or not even talking shit, but just saying something about Charlotte, he fucking made fun of Jon's teeth. Which, again, that's fucking low. Like, just because this guy decided to say, hey, you know, I'm a fan of Charlotte, but she's clearly got work done. And then these fucking cocksuckers come in and be like, oh yeah, well, you're bald and ugly and you have bad teeth and blah, 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 blah. It's like, dude, chill the fuck out. He's not saying anything derogatory. He's not being disrespectful. He's not saying that Charlotte's fucking ugly and she can go kill herself or blah, 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 blah. All he did was just make a fucking observation. But again, in this fucking, yeah, exactly like Bully Ray and Velvet Sky. I'm not going to tell that story for them. That's John's story more than mine. I did, however, end up getting blocked by Bully Ray because I, chimed in and just said something Bully Ray. But, at a point, where was I? Yeah, it's just in this climate of like SJW social media bullshit. It's just, you can't make any observation about anything. Even if you're not even being disrespectful, even if you're just being respectful about it, either way, you're always going to get attacked. Like, I don't want to compare, me to John, but like, I remember me and Kevin Castle were talking, and I forgot what I tweeted at him. I think it was about Kenny Omega, where I just said I'm not really the biggest Kenny Omega fan at all. I'm just not. Personal opinion, I think he's very talented. He's just not my cup of tea. And then, again, it's just a friendly conversation. Out of nowhere, this random dude replies, oh yeah, well, Kenny Omega doesn't care what you think. I'm like, and I didn't even bother replying. I'm like, yeah, because I lay awake at night thinking, how am I going to ruin Kenny Omega's life? How am I going to make him die and cry and never want to wrestle again? That's what I want. I want Kenny Omega to never wrestle again because of me, because I hate him so much, and I wish he were dead. Well, no, like, what the fuck? And you know what, with Charlotte, I'm pretty sure Charlotte doesn't even care. Because, I don't know, of all the women in the company, like, I don't think you ever hardly see Charlotte on social media that much. I know she has a social media page, but out of all the women, I don't really think I ever see her tweet that much. And you never see her go after trolls that much, or go after people who don't say that she's the most amazing woman in the history of women. You know what I mean? Like, you see Becky tweet a lot, and Becky's funny about it. Becky knows how to internet. You see Ronda Rousey tweet. She knows how to internet. People like fucking Paige, people like the fucking Iconics, or just recently Kayla Braxton, they have no idea how to internet. Charlotte, on the other hand, I'm pretty sure in the company, I know they said that they force you to get a social media page. And they'll just have people, do your shit for you. Charlotte, I never really see her that much online. So that tells me about Charlotte is that she doesn't give a fuck. even Alexa Bliss too. Yeah, Alexa Bliss. Exactly Alexa Bliss trademark. Naomi. But yeah, Charlotte, I'm pretty sure she gets 1,000 tweets a day from people telling her that, you're a queen, Yas queen, slay queen, A, B, C, and D. And I'm pretty sure she gets people who are going to talk shit about her. But you know what? I'm pretty sure Charlotte's like, meh. Like, that's her reaction. She seems like someone who's just calm as a cucumber. Like, that she doesn't let anything get to her. So, say somebody's like, hey, Charlotte, this guy from this podcast called Wrestling Soup is, not saying that you're the most beautiful creature in history. You know what Charlotte's reaction is going to be? Meh. She doesn't care. And neither should you. Neither should anyone else. And, poor John, which I shouldn't say poor John, because John can handle himself. He's got thick skin. He's a tough dude. But it's just like, why can't anyone just give an opinion anymore on social media? Why can't I just go online and say something like, yeah, I think Charlotte's awesome. She's very pretty, but she got too much work done. And then not have to worry about people going, oh yeah, well, you're fat and ugly, Drew. You got stupid glasses. I'm like, the fuck? So, I don't know. It's just, I hope this gets handled. I just hope social media can just be a place where we can all just disagree or agree to disagree. And not that, oh yeah, well, my opinion matters and you're wrong about everything and I'm right and I'm going to spend every waking moment going after you until you agree with me. I don't get it anymore. I don't get why people are so fucking thick-skinned. I mean, people are so fucking soft-skinned, or if that's the right term to use. It's just, it's fucking insane. It's so fucking insane. Like, this is why the Attitude Era will not work in this climate. It just wouldn't. Can you imagine Stone Cold Steve Austin being a top star on television in this climate? He's drinking beer in the middle of the ring. Kids can't drink beer. How dare he? He's flicking people off and saying the F word and the B word, and he's disrespecting his boss. How dare they? You know, or The Rock. He's referring to pastries as a woman's vagina. That's just diabolical. How dare he? Like it would never work. It worked in that climate because the 90s were a different time. You know, we dealt with Generation X. You know, social media was not prevalent back then. Of course, the Attitude Era had detractors. It had, you know, was it the parental committee or whatever the hell you want to call them, Parents Against Bad Things. You know, they were going after the Attitude Era. You know, Triple H said it. You know, people were literally saying they're going to take you off the air if you keep doing this shit. And then, you know, him and Shawn Michaels did that promo where they pretty much just mocked the network, and it worked. So, kind of like with AEW, where, you know, there was a whole thing with Vince McMahon referred to him as Blood and Guts or whatever. And then Cody's reaction was like, you're damn right we're Blood and Guts, but we want to be diverse. We don't want homophobia in our company. We don't want racial slurs in our company. We don't want too much violence in our company, but we're Blood and Guts. I'm speaking too damn low. It's gonna hurt my voice. I need it for tonight's show. Yeah, for Cody to say that and then to come around and be like, but we're gonna focus on diversity. It's like, so I'm assuming there's not gonna be any heels in this company. Because it wasn't his whole thing was that there's no heels or faces. Okay, then who are we supposed to cheer for or boo for? It's like, well, we want everybody to be liked. We want everybody to be best friends with each other. We want to hold hands. And we want you to love us. I don't know. I'll watch the show when it comes out. I mean, the first show's in October. It's on a Wednesday, which, hey, good for me. I can, you know, talk about Raw and SmackDown and AEW every Wednesday. So, yeah, good for me. I guess that's, I don't know. I guess that's it for that portion. I was thinking about doing a bus slip. I think Soup talked about doing a bus slip. I haven't done a bus slip since last year. So, I don't know, chat room, what do you think? Bus slip? Should I do a bus slip first, or should I do Summerslam predictions? Your choice. Let me just pull it up real quick. What the fuck? Why can't I find any damn... Current WWE roster. Really? This is it? Okay. I think this is it. Alright, I have the current roster up. Alright. So I'm going to start with the Raw roster. So here we go. Again, You guys are welcome to debate and disagree with anything I have to say. This is an open forum, so let's go. Raw roster, AJ Styles, keep, obviously. Baron Corbin, I would love to fire him, but it would never happen. They seem to love that guy so much. I'll never understand why. Where the fuck has he been, though? Because I don't think I've ever seen him on the show lately. It seems like ever since Extreme Rules, I haven't seen too much of him. Either they're giving him time off, or they're cooling him off, or I don't know what they're going to do with him. They're obviously never going to let him go. So, Bobby Lashley, get rid of, but he's out for 3 months. So, get rid of Bobby Lashley. Adds nothing to the show. Bobby Roode, get rid of. Has been a big pile of nothing since coming to the main roster. Braun Strowman, keep. He adds something to the show. He sells t-shirts. Kids like him. He appeals himself to kids. Okay, that sounds kind of wrong. His whole thing is he wants to appeal to kids. He wants to be the big monster, the big superhero to kids. So keep him. I like Braun. It seems like they're bringing him back to that monster status. So yeah, good for him. Bray Wyatt. If this Fiend gimmick doesn't work out, then get rid of. Like, at SummerSlam, if it just falls flat on its face, then get rid of him. Brock Lesnar, keep him. Keep him as an attraction. But just don't put the belt on him at all. Cedric Alexander, keep him. Like him. Good talent. Cesaro. I love Cesaro, but it seems like they don't have anything for him. Like, the guy is built like a brick shithouse. He's fucking strong. Can go out there and have a great match with anyone, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have a glass ceiling, or he has his glass ceiling is pretty much where it is right now. They had a chance to do something with him a while back, but at the end of the day, Vince isn't going to put over someone that can't cut a promo. He's not going to put over someone that has an accent. That's his thing. And Cesaro could easily be a champion. They could easily turn him to a star and make him into something, but they just refuse to do it. I don't know why. You never hear any bad things about Cesaro. You always hear good things, that he's a good guy, good worker, good guy in the locker room, good with fans. So I would say keep him. But I love him so much that I want him to go elsewhere to get an opportunity. Maybe go to Japan, maybe go to AEW and be something. I don't know. So, Kurt Hawkins, I see what his value is as just a guy who just puts over other talent. He's a jobber, but get rid of him. He's taking up space for somebody who can be there. Dean Ambrose. Wait, this is old. What the fuck is this? What the hell is Dean Ambrose on? Oh, fire him! Fire him, most notably. Dolph Ziggler, get rid of him. Yeah, please get rid of Dolph. I'm tired of seeing Dolph. I get it, he can have good matches, but again, constantly is always taking him a spot that somebody else could be taking. Get rid of him. Drew McIntyre, I would say keep Drew. Good talent, good look. Again, he's just a guy that he needs something. I think the problem with him is his promos. Like, he has all the intangibles. He has the look. Sasha, yeah, I would say charisma. It seems like he's trying too hard to be a badass. Like, if you're already a badass, if you already have that appeal to it, you don't need to act like it. I think he acts like he needs to be a badass. I think he tries too hard. That's his problem. He can have good matches. Physically, he looks very imposing. But, yeah, he's lacking charisma. And, The Rock said he could be the next big superstar, which, I don't know, Rock. I honestly don't know. See, I would say keep Drew. Eric Young, I honestly forget he's even still with the company. Get rid of him. Who's this? Fandango. He's in NXT. Him and Tyler are back in NXT, so good for him. Grand Metalik. I'll be honest, I don't watch 205 Live, so I can't really judge his career based on. I would say keep him. Just keep him in cruise. Don't really fire any of the cruiserweights. Keep the cruiserweights here. Heath Slater. I love Heath Slater. Keep him. Again, his role is basically to put other dudes over. Okay, here's a name that I don't really hear too much about anymore. What happened to Jason Jordan? Did he officially retire? Because I know he had a neck thing, and then there were rumors that he secretly retired. Now he's an agent in the company. So did he really retire? Because I'm seeing his name on here. Unpopular opinion, I did like Jason Jordan. When they were doing the whole gimmick, where he was, Kurt Angle's son, and he was just being really whiny. I actually like Jason Jordan. He's a good wrestler. The guy can fucking suplex the fuck out of people. He's got a pretty mean suplex. So, obviously they're keeping him because I haven't heard about him getting fired. I haven't really heard anything about him at all. So I'll skip him. Jinder Mahal, get him the fuck out of this company. I get it. You brought him back because he had a nice look. He was fucking roided up, and then you decided to put a title on him for God knows what reason. And he's run his course. I mean, Jinder, nice guy. You hear good things about Jinder Mahal outside of the ring. That he's a good guy. He's very fan friendly. But get him out of this company, please. Kalisto. Oh, I keep him. Yeah, Lucha House Party. I guess people like it. Mooch. I was gonna say Mooch. Mojo Rawley, get rid of him. Fire. Goodbye. Don't need you. You're Duff Man. You're always gonna be Duff Man. This whole gimmick where you fucking drew fucking Crayola over your face and you're staring in a mirror yelling at yourself. Yeah, it doesn't work. Bye-bye. No Way Jose, get rid of him. Didn't like you in NXT, don't like you now. Rey Mysterio, keep him. His sole purpose is to just basically put guys over. But I personally think he would benefit to be in 205 Live. Or just put him in that Cruiserweight division. Because I know they're supposedly getting rid of 205 Live at the end of the year. That's what I heard. So I would say at the moment, put him in 205 Live. That show can really benefit from him being there. Ricochet, keep. Kids like him. They like his flippy, kicky doodads. Sami Zayn, keep. Samoa Joe, I'm torn. I like Joe, but he's become pin me, pay me guy. I had this meme saved on my phone where it's just like, every feud begins with Samoa Joe calling out his opponent and beating him up for weeks. Then at the actual event, he loses and then acts surprised when he loses. Which, again, that hit the nail on the coffin. So, I like Joe, so keep Joe. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. What are we going to do with you, Seth? A part of me wants to say fire him. Honestly. A part of me just wants to say fire Seth. But I don't want to fire him. He has value. Very talented. Has a good match. Can't cut a promo to save his life. Not believable. The whole month of July has painted Seth as a kind of just a scummy, whiny piece of shit. I mean, I don't know if you talked about this on your show, Trademark, but the whole thing with him and Caitlyn. Him and, if anyone remembers Caitlyn, Caitlyn's ex-husband was on a podcast where someone asked him about wrestlers that he got along with or didn't get along with. I'm sorry, I was just looking out my window. And he's pointing out, basically saying, who I didn't like was Seth Rollins. And he told the story about how Seth Rollins actually sent nude pictures of Caitlyn while him and Caitlyn were still married. And, him and Caitlyn are getting into an argument. And Caitlin's response was, well, he's just a flirty guy. Which, oh wow, that makes it so much fucking better. So, I don't know if that played into them getting a divorce. Maybe it did. I think Trademark, you mentioned to me that supposedly they had a domestic dispute. That, he beat her or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that did have something to do with it. I don't mean to laugh at her getting beat, because, Caitlin's a, she looks like she can handle her own. But her husband was a big motherfucker, so I don't know. But, yeah, Seth Rollins. Keep him. Again, has value, can have good matches. Can't talk. He sells merch, I see people wearing his merch. He's popular, but, oof. I don't know. It's very strong. It's very, very. I'm very, very much leaning towards to getting rid of him. He hasn't done himself any favors by opening his mouth and going on fucking Twitter this week. So, at the end of the day, keep Seth Rollins. The Miz. Has value. Could cut a good promo, but they really have not done anything with this face run. At all. It looked like they were going to do something big with it. Because it started at Mania. Where, it was like, okay, The Miz has to win this. He has to get over. He has to get his heat back. And then Shane beats him in a... Well, it was a no holds barred Falls Count Anywhere match. So, of course, he beats him in a cheap way, which is like, okay, whatever. Okay, let's let Miz, get his heat back at the next event. And then Miz loses again, which you're just like, what the fuck? So they just completely gave up on the Miz, which they have, because he has not done shit since then. I don't know what, because, the Miz is a company guy. You would think that the WWE was like, okay, Mike, you've done so much for us. You go out of your way to do a lot for this company. We gave you your own reality show. You're always there when we need you to open up a new store in Poughkeepsie. We're going to give you this big run. We're going to put the title on you. We're going to make you the top babyface on the company, or the top babyface on SmackDown. They haven't done that. They focus more time on making Shane a thing. Making Shane the top heel on SmackDown, which he is a heel. He does have heel heat. But nobody wants to see Shane. That's the thing. We're tired of the whole, the McMahons, get what they want. The McMahons are always in charge, and the McMahons are always gonna run the show, and blah, blah, blah. We're tired of it. We don't want to see that anymore. And with The Miz, I don't know. Personally, this might be controversial, get rid of him. My whole thing is, if you don't really have anything for anyone to do, get rid of him. If you don't have anything for The Miz to do, if you have nothing creative for him to do, get rid of him. Or, I'll take that back. You know what? Keep him. At the end of the day, I think whenever Miz retires from wrestling, he has value as a manager, or an announcer, or a social media guy. Or like, kind of like what Corey Graves is doing. He's announcing, but he's also doing other shit with the company. Like, he used to have, there was a point where he was doing, he had, fucking 5 jobs with the company. He was an announcer, then he had his own show on the network, then he had another show, and then he had this show, and then he had that show. They're going to do that with The Miz, trust me. I think he's going to retire and become an announcer. That's just my opinion. Titus O'Neil, get rid of him. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. He can be an ambassador for the company, but that's about it. Has no value. Can't wrestle. That's pretty much just it. Tyler Breeze is in NXT. Good for him. Zack Ryder, get rid of him. But they probably won't, because his podcast about toys is, I guess, doing good things for them, I guess. Alright, so the Raw female roster. This should be fun. Alexa Bliss. Get rid of her, but they'll keep her because, again, she has value. She sells t-shirts. She's popular. She doesn't do herself any favors by going on social media and whining, but whatever. Alicia Fox, she retired, so good. Bye-bye. Get the fuck out of here. Dana Brooke, bye-bye. 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 Naomi, bye-bye. Natalia, I like Natty. I've always been a fan of Natty. She just seems like a genuinely nice person. I think this might be her last run going into SummerSlam. I don't know if they're going to put a title on her or just let her just have one more match. I have a feeling, I don't know. You know what? I'll talk a lot about that later when I do my predictions. Nia Jax, again, she has value, but they need to treat her more like a monster. They need to treat her more like a monster and no more of these PSA ads. Just have her be a monster. That's all you gotta do. Like, it's easy. Keep her. Ronda Rousey, get rid of her. I'm playing. Ronda Rousey, keep her. I love Ronda. I'm a fan of Ronda. It's crazy how somebody from another sport comes into wrestling and is able to catch on to it, like, immediately. You know, her promos. Here's the thing, she talks shit. She talks better shit on social media. But as far as, like, in the ring, I don't know if they're scripting her or if they're just letting her say whatever the hell she wants. I'll chalk it up to they're scripting her. Because it just doesn't come off well. So, yeah, Ronda Rousey, keep her, obviously. She's an attraction. Ruby Riott, I love Ruby, keep her, but I just wish they would do something with her. Like, give her something. Like, she is, without a doubt, one of your best women in the company. She can wrestle. She can cut a promo. Very likable outside the ring. She's a good heel. But, I don't know. Please do something with her. Like, please. Sarah Logan, bye-bye. Sasha Banks, bye-bye. I don't give a fuck how many fucking sunglasses she sells or t-shirts. She's just an unlikable person. She's made it very clear that she's an unlikable person. She doesn't like being approached by fans. She fucking posts videos on social media complaining about carolers in the fucking hallway. It's just, get rid of her. Bye-bye. Bye, bitch. Tamina, how has this bitch still been in this company this long? I know that's Mish's girl. I don't want Mish to hate me for this, but I'm sorry, Mish, but Tamina needs to go. I mean, I don't know if it's like a sympathy thing that they feel sorry for, you know, what happened with her dad and what her dad did, but she needs to go. She just needs to go. I'll keep Logan and put her with the Viking Raiders. Oh yeah, because she's married to one of them. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know. I like your idea, Trademark. The Raw announce team, Corey Graves, keep. I have like a love and hate thing with Corey Graves, so keep him. Renee Young. I'm sorry. I know women are the most precious things on the face of the earth, but Renee Young needs to go. She needs to go. And it's not her fault. I just think it's the company. The company is not doing her any favors by giving her these bullshit lines. And it's like, before that, she was always very charismatic and bubbly and likable. And on the announce desk, she sucks. She's fucking terrible. In 2 days, it'll be 1 year since Renee was announced as the third commentator. Wow, Sasha. In 2 days, so the 9th. So what's today? So that'll be Friday. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, get rid of her. Didn't she get like a job offer from ESPN? She can go to ESPN. Renee Young I think she can get a job anywhere she wants to get. So if the WWE were to fire Renee Young right now, I'm pretty sure she wouldn't be like struggling for cash. She'll be fine. So Michael Cole, for the love of Jesus, please let this guy retire. Wasn't he supposed to retire like 2 years ago? It just seems painfully obvious. You can tell on his face that he wants to retire. Like, let him retire. Let him be a backstage guy. Let him do that. Just for the love of God, just stop. Just let this fucking man retire already, please. Okay, current Raw tag teams. Authors of Pain, get rid of them. They haven't done shit since being on the main roster. The biggest mistake they made was taking away Paul Ellering. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea, but they took him away, and then they decided to put Drake Maverick with him, which I like Drake, but he wasn't right for them. And they've been, they've been MIA since then. So, get rid of them. Breeze Dango, they're on NXT. Keep them. Lucha House Party. Keep them, I guess. I guess those are more towards the kids. The Ascension, I thought those fuckers were gone like ages ago. Anyways, get rid of them. Gallows Anderson. I like Gallows Anderson, so keep him. I know they're not everyone's cup of tea, but I like him. I like Luke Gallows. Again, you hear good things about him. He's a likable guy. Carl Anderson, I think he's very charismatic. I think if you were to split those guys up, Carl Anderson would have a better upside because he can work and he can talk. So keep him. And also, they paired him with AJ to make the OC. So the Revival, get rid of him. I don't know why WWE signed them to these big-ass contracts. They add nothing. They're boring. They're very bland. The crowd could care less if they're on the roster. So, the Usos, Jimmy J and Uso. I like the Usos, but Jimmy has not been doing them any favors. Jimmy needs to get help. He needs to go to rehab. He needs to fix whatever the hell's wrong with his life. He just does. He needs help. Jimmy needs help. So, yeah, keep the Usos. They have value. But, again, Jimmy needs help. Viking Experience, or the Viking Raiders. I like them, but they should not have called them up to the main roster as fast as they did. They should have kept them down there and then brought them up. But, I don't know. If I don't see or hear anything about them at the end of the year, I would say get the fuck rid of them. Like, goodbye, smell you later. Go back to Japan. Or go to AEW. I don't know. Alright, so here's a SmackDown roster. Aiden English, isn't he like he's an announcer for 205 Live, right? So I like Aiden English. I liked him better with Rusev, but, what happened. Aleister Black, keep him, but enough with the fucking weird promos. Enough with him locking himself in a dark room saying, "Come fight me! Come fight me! Like, I need someone to fight me!" Like, you're doing this guy no favors. Just let him be a badass and not have him talk so much. Ali, keep him. I'm glad they got rid of the whole Batman vigilante gimmick. It's so fucking stupid. Andrade, love him, keep him. Please do something with him, though. Apollo Crews, I like Apollo Crews. I don't know, you've had him on the roster this long, and you've done nothing with him. I don't know. I don't know what they want from him. I don't know what they want to do with him. I would say send him back to NXT. A lot of these guys that aren't really doing much, I like a lot of them, but I don't want to get rid of them. I would say put them back on NXT. That would really help. Big E, keep, obviously. He has an upside. Big Show, I don't even think he wrestles. I think he's just like an ambassador for the company. I know he has his own show on Netflix, they just announced that he's going to have a show on Netflix, so keep him. Bo Dallas, had no clues even still on the roster. Get rid of him. Buddy Murphy, like him, keep him. Chad Gable, like him, like his look, like his talent. Kind of reminds me of Kurt Angle in a bit. Keep him. Curtis Axel, bye-bye. Daniel Bryan, keep, obviously. Cologne. The Cologne brothers in general, get rid of them. I thought they were gone ages ago. So get rid of them. Elias, again, I like him, but Elias went from being something like this huge star to just, they brought him back. It's weird. He was a good heel, and then he became a really good babyface, and then they decided to turn him heel again. And ever since then, he's done nothing. So, I don't know what they want to do with him. Which is like pretty much the fucking catchphrase for all these guys on the roster. Finn Balor, obviously keep. Jeff Hardy, ugh, if he keeps fucking up, you're going to need to get rid of him soon. I love Jeff Hardy, but I don't know what Jeff's doing. Anyways, Kofi Kingston, keep. Lars Sullivan, get rid of him. I don't like Lars. I don't know. Even before he got injured, I just didn't really see the appeal about him. I saw him, I said, okay, scary big man, but in about 5 months, he's going to be wrestling Kevin Hart at Mania. And I have a feeling that might end up being true. The company just doesn't know how to book big men anymore. And I get it. You got to turn him face, and you got to make him likable and goofy. But again, I don't see the appeal in Lars. Matt Hardy, obviously keep. Who the hell is Otis? Oh, from Heavy Machinery. Obviously keep him. I like that tag team. Orton, I would say keep, but it seems like Orton doesn't want to be in this company. So, and I like Randy Orton. I know he gets a lot of shit because it seems like he doesn't want to be there. When Randy actually wants to work, he works. So, keep Randy. Roman Reigns, keep him. Rowan, oof. I would have preferred if they had put Luke Harper in that spot for Rowan. Like, can you imagine Luke Harper in that spot for Rowan? That would have been a lot better. That would have been a lot more interesting because then you not only have a big man, but you have a big man that can work. You have one who actually looks physically imposing. So, but Rowan's home. He ain't doing shit. So get rid of Rowan. R-Truth. I like R-Truth, but this whole 24/7 thing is kind of getting on my nerves. Like the whole thing with him and Carmella. Yeah, some of it's kind of goofy, but I don't know. R-Truth is starting to get on my nerves a little bit. So, but you know what? Keep him. He can have good matches. Rusev. I think he's just praying to get released. I think he's hoping and praying with Lana. Please, will these fuckers just release me already? But that probably won't happen. So, and I like Rusev, but Rusev Day was huge for a year. I would say. Just I'm being polite, but again, they refuse to do anything with Rusev because you know what? That wasn't their idea. Rusev Day was not their idea. It was the fans' idea, and it was his idea. So, Shane McMahon, you can't fire Shane McMahon. But I just hope after SummerSlam, you don't see him on TV as much. I just want him to take a backstage role and just never wrestle or be a top guy again. Which supposedly that's the idea. Shelton Benjamin, keep. He has a future in this company. Like whenever he does retire, he can be a trainer. He can go to NXT and be a trainer. That'd be interesting. Shin Nakamura, they already signed him back. The one thing I will say about Nakamura is that he's not kicking people in the nuts anymore. So that's a plus. And it seems like he's trying at least. Because the whole thing about Nakamura was that he would phone it in a lot. So it looks like he's at least trying again. So keep Nakamura. Sin Cara, get rid of him. Bye. Xavier Woods, obviously keep him. His up, down, down channel alone is, making this company money. So keep him. Even if he were to retire from in-ring competition, he still has a future. He has that up, down, down thing. He can be an announcer. He can be a manager. So keep Xavier Woods. I like Xavier Woods. Female superstars on SmackDown. Asuka, keep, but do something with her. Make her fucking something. Bayley, keep her. Becky Lynch. I'm probably getting this list wrong. I typed in 2019 WWE roster, so it's giving me a lot of old. I think it's giving me a lot of older information. Becky Lynch, obviously keep. Billie Kay. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then same thing with Peyton Royce. Bye-bye. Carmella, bye-bye. Charlotte Flair, keep. Ember Moon, I like her, I just don't get what her gimmick is. I don't know if she's supposed to be Black Vampire or Twilight, or whatever the fuck it is. And I like her. She's a good in-ring talent. I just don't get what the fuck she's supposed to be. So, Kairi Sane, keep her, but just get rid of the fucking pirate gimmick. It's fucking stupid. Lana, I think she cares more about just showing her tits and ass on Instagram than anything else, which I don't have a problem with, by the way. So get rid of her. Let her and Rusev just go home. Just get rid of her. Liv Morgan, like her, just give her something to do. Because you had her on SmackDown for a match, and then you haven't heard from her since. So I would say just give her something to do. I like Liv Morgan. I like looking at her. Mandy Rose, I would say keep her. She's not that bad in the ring. She's passable. But, definitely get rid of Sonya Deville. I'm sorry. If there's people out there that like Sonya Deville, good for you. But I don't. She's supposed to be this badass, MMA fighter. And she comes off kind of like a pussy in the ring. I don't know. Get rid of Sonya Deville. Zelina Vega, keep her. She's not there to be a wrestler, obviously. She's just there to be eye candy. And she's there to be Andrade's manager, so keep her. SmackDown announce team, Byron Saxton, get rid of him. Or just give him a backstage role. Byron seems like a nice guy. Tom Phillips, keep him, but don't restrict him so much. I don't know, because there's a point where Tom Phillips was actually interesting to listen to. And then the machine got in his head and just pretty much made him a robot. So keep him. NXT roster. I don't watch NXT, so I'm not really too sure how to judge it. Go through NXT real quick. Adam Cole, keep him. What the fuck is that tag team called? Street Profits, keep them. I don't know why they keep just randomly appearing on Raw if they're not going to wrestle. I guess they're just there to be side acts. I don't know. Bobby, just the whole fucking Undisputed Era in general, keep them. They're popular. Mustache Mountain with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. I don't know. I don't want to fire anyone in NXT because the point of NXT is that's supposed to be developmental. So basically keep all these guys, even guys that I have no idea who their fucking names are. Like what is this? Cesar Bononi, Fabian Aicher. I don't know. And of course, all the women, keep them. Yeah, just keep everybody in NXT. Don't fire anyone in NXT. And there's a list here that says inactive. Undertaker, obviously keep him, but just keep him as an attraction. Kane, just let the fucker. Can the fucker just run Tennessee? Stop coming back to wrestle, please. John Cena. John Cena's an attraction. Mark Henry, he's an ambassador for the companies. I like Mark Henry. The Bellas, don't ever bring him back to a ring, ever. Which they're retired. So, good. Alright, so I guess that's it for my bus slip. Any comments? Any comments about my decisions that I made? You're more than welcome to argue with me, to say I'm wrong, to say I'm a piece of shit. You're more than welcome to make your statements here. Let me just pull up the SummerSlam card. Alright. They were good choices. Oh, thanks, Sasha. Alright, SummerSlam. It will be this Sunday in Toronto, Canada. For some reason, I usually find the Wikipedia page for SummerSlam. I don't know why it didn't pop up. I'm just seeing all these random ass sites. I'm actually going to have to go to the actual website to do it. Alright, SummerSlam 2019. Alright, I have it. SummerSlam 2019, August 11th, this Sunday at the, I'm probably going to announce this wrong, the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Alright, matches. I'm just going to start down and work my way up to the first match that was shown. Number 10, Drew Gulak versus Oni Lorcan for the Cruiserweight Championship. I like Drew Gulak, so I say keep it on him. Oni Lorcan I've seen a handful of times. I mean, good talent. Has that very old school look to him. I'll say keep it on Drew Gulak. I don't watch 205 Live, so I can't really... I can't judge this match thoroughly enough. Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair in a singles match. I don't know. The WWE has a thing for not letting people win in their hometown. So I just have a feeling Charlotte's going to win because they want to tell the narrative of Charlotte's the greatest female in-ring competitor of all time and blah 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 blah. They want to tell that narrative, so I have a feeling Charlotte's going to win. So that's who I pick. I don't know how this match is going to go because Trish hasn't had an in-ring match in 13 years. Matter of fact, that was her retirement match. It was actually in Toronto. Unforgiven 2006 in Toronto. That was her last ever singles match. She had a tag match at the Evolution pay-per-view, and then before that, it was at WrestleMania, the one in Atlanta, the really bad one. It was her and Morrison and Snooki versus Lay Cool and Vicky Guerrero, but she hasn't had a singles match in a while, so I wouldn't think Trish would agree to do a singles match if she knew she wasn't going to put on a good show. And Trish looks like she's in good shape. She looks like she's in better shape than she was 13 years ago. Not to say that Trish was like a fat slob, but she's had 2 kids already, and she looks fucking amazing. She looks she's fucking gorgeous. I think Charlotte will win, just so they can tell that narrative. Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler. Is there anyone that thinks Goldberg will lose? Anyone? Nobody? Okay, good. Yeah, Goldberg's winning this. This will, if I had to guess, I would say this match is maybe going to be 3 minutes at best. 2 to 3 minutes. That's my limit. 2 to 3 minutes. It's going to start with Dolph, I guess, getting some shots in at Goldberg before the match even starts, and then just beating the shit out of them, and then he goes for a zigzag, and Goldberg kicks out, and Goldberg goes for a spear, and then another spear, and then jackhammers him, 1, 2, 3, Goldberg gets the win. That's literally all that's going to happen in the match. I don't know. So, yeah, Goldberg's going to win that. Next match, AJ Styles versus Ricochet, United States Championship. I hope they're not going in this habit where they're flip-flopping the title. Because you remember Ricochet won it, I think, 2 months ago against Samoa Joe, and then he literally loses at the next pay-per-view against AJ. So I hope they're not in this habit of, hey, let's just flip-flop this title back and forth. Let's see what happens. I hope they keep it on AJ. It seems like they will, just so they can make the OC a thing, and maybe they can bring the U.S. title a little bit more prestige, or bring more prestige back to the title. Should be a fun match. You don't expect any mat wrestling out of Ricochet. There's going to be a lot of flipping and high spots and A, B, C, and D. But again, should be a fun match. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt will be the Fiend. Finn Balor will not. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. They've been hyping him up. Okay, first things first. Is my voice coming through okay? Because I'm looking at my Discord thingy, and it just has one bar where it says voice connected, but it's in red. Okay, it's green. Never mind, it's back to normal. Okay, Finn Balor versus the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. They've been hyping up this Fiend gimmick for a while. They had him do his own spot, his own his own vignettes. So they're not going to have him. So they're not going to have him, debut this new gimmick at SummerSlam and lose. And with the whole Finn not being the demon gimmick, my theory is that that's going to be a match saved for Mania. Because here's what I think is going to happen. Because the talk is that either Finn is hurt or he's going to go on his honeymoon. I think it's both. So here's what I think is going to happen. Bray is going to beat the fuck out of Finn. Not just beat the fuck out of him, he's going to fucking leave him for dead. He's got to do something to where it looks like Finn is never going to come back. Like, I don't know, throw him off the stage and have him be electrocuted or run him over. Do something. Make it look like he's probably never going to come back. And then at Royal Rumble, that's when you have Finn come out as the demon. But you know what? Don't have him come out as a demon. Kind of like at the Royal Rumble in 2004, whenever at the previous Survivor Series, Kane screwed over Taker in a Buried Alive match against McMahon. And then they teased Taker coming back as the dead man at the Royal Rumble. They just had the gong hit. And they just kept playing vignettes of, Taker coming back as the dead man until he finally did. That's what they can do with Finn. They can have Finn come back as the demon for Mania. They can just constantly hype him up until at Mania, that's when he debuts, but it's a new looking villain. Yeah, thanks man. It's like a new looking demon type character. Something that can combat the Fiend. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Bray, I don't see why Bray isn't going to win this match. They've been hyping him up too much. Doubt they will do that with Demon Balor then. I mean, trademark, don't get it twisted. This is what I want to happen. This is what I think should happen. But knowing the WWE, they're going to want to pull the trigger on it, at the end of the year. It wouldn't shock me, but I just think that'd be a better match suited for Mania. The Fiend versus the Demon. So it's just a boy can dream. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon in a singles match. If Owens loses, he will be forced to quit WWE. I would say Kevin Owens wins, and then Shane, just goes away forever. Goes to the back, works an office job, never to be seen again. We've seen this match before. We've seen these two have a feud before. They were the main event at Hell in a Cell in 2017. So we've seen this feud already, except now the roles are reversed. So I just want to see Shane gone. I just want to see him. Well, by gone, I don't mean gone from the company, gone. More just not taking up a spot on TV that somebody else should be taking. So, is this going to be a no disqualification? Or just a straight up singles match? Yeah, it's a singles match. Anyways, next match, WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston, the champion, versus Randy Orton. I'm getting the feeling that Randy's going to win. Just so Fox can have a champion that actually looks legit. Kofi, I love Kofi. But, again, if you didn't watch wrestling, and if you're at the airport and you saw Kofi Kingston, your first reaction would be, that guy's in good shape. He's probably a track runner, or plays basketball a little bit. He just looks like a physically fit guy. He looks like a normal guy, nothing special. With Randy Orton, you see this 6'5", 6'4", jacked up guy with tats. Your first thought is, that guy's something. He looks like an athlete of some sort. He looks like he plays football, or he looks like a wide receiver in football. Or he looks like he plays baseball. Or he looks like something. And I love Kofi. Good guy. Does a lot for the community. I love seeing these vignettes on whenever he's going back to Ghana. And he's actually talked to the king of Ghana. It's amazing. So he's good for the company outside of the company. He's a good role model. He's good with kids. He's a good family man. Him as champion just hasn't worked. I'm almost convinced if Kofi wins, it'll be fuckery. Here's two things I think will happen. He'll win by fuckery. He'll roll up Kofi, or no, Kofi will roll up Randy, and that's how he'll get the win. Or disqualification, interference. That's the only way Kofi will keep that title. Other than that, Randy's going to win it. I think Randy should win it. It should be a fun match. It should be a good match. the thing about Randy has always been when Randy actually wants to try, then he'll go out there and try. It seems like he'll want to try for this. Because you got a good opponent in Kofi, and these two have legit history with each other. So that's what makes the feud a little bit more interesting. It makes it more believable. And not just like, I don't like you because you're the champion and I'm not. Like with fucking Dolph. With Randy, it's like, you're damn right I fucking held you back because you weren't ready. You still aren't ready. So it'll make for an interesting match. Next match is Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Singles Championship. Bayley. I'd be shocked if Ember Moon won. But I think Bayley's going to win it. I don't think Ember is ready to be champion just yet, even though she was champion in NXT, but I don't think she's ready to be a main roster champion. And the talk is that Vince doesn't like her. Like it didn't really stipulate if he doesn't like her gimmick or he just doesn't like her. But I don't know. Usually when that happens, that's usually the kiss of death for your career. If Vince doesn't understand you or your gimmick, then you're never going to get far in the company. Yeah, we're running over an hour. I know I promised an hour, but I'll get done. I'll get done soon. Becky Lynch versus Natalya. They're going to be in Toronto. Natalya's not from Toronto, but she's from Canada. But I have a feeling, here's what's going to happen. Because Becky's going to win. This is a submission match. Becky's going to win. What the fuck is that noise? Okay, what the fuck? I heard some weird clipping noise in my headphones. It was because I set my phone on my laptop for some reason. Which I don't even know why I made that sound to begin with. Anyways, yeah, but here's what I think is going to happen. Becky's going to win. She's going to make Natty tap. Natty's going to get on the microphone and announce that she's quitting. I mean, that's happened before. If you guys remember Survivor Series 06, Lita had her last match against Mickie James and then quit. She got on the microphone and quit. I have a feeling this is going to happen with Natty. Like, she's going to get on the mic and go, nobody appreciates me. I bust my ass out here week in and week out. I'm the butt end of everyone's jokes. People make fun of me for my age. And then I can't have kids, which she probably won't ever say that, but that'd be interesting if she did. And all everyone cares about is Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Bayley. Why? Because they're younger? Because they're more beautiful? You know what? I don't need any of you. You guys don't deserve me. I quit. And then she just throws the mic on the ground. That seems like something that would happen. I have a feeling that will happen. So yeah, Becky Lynch is going to win that. Last but not least, Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar the champion versus Seth Rollins. Oh, boy. Is there anybody, just like I asked the Goldberg question, is there anybody in this fucking chat room, or any other chat room, that even has a smidge of hope that Seth Rollins will beat Brock Lesnar without kicking him in the balls? I'm just gonna wait here for about a minute until somebody has a response. I'm just gonna sit here. Nope. Sacha Baron Corbin. Nope. Okay. Nope. Trademark. Nope. Good. Yeah, because fucking Seth Rollins is not winning that title. He is not fucking winning that title, ever. Especially with what's been fucking going on in his personal life. That promo that they cut on fucking Monday was just, so fucking bad. Talk about fucking corn and cheeseball. That was the definition of fucking Kessel. Like, that was fucking bad. It was BAD bad. Just... Seth is just not good. He's not good on the mic. Sorry, I'm fucking drying my eyes because I'm crying so hard. I'm laughing so hard that I'm crying, and now my eyeballs are on fire. Fuck. Because of Seth Rollins. Fucking Seth Rollins. But, Seth ain't winning. It's going to be the main event, more than likely. The idea I heard is that they want to make the match a little bit longer, and not the typical Brock Lesnar 6 minutes of Suplex City, and F5, and pin 1, 2, 3. No, they want to make the match a little bit longer, so I'd be surprised if it was 10 minutes. 10, 12 minutes. I'll be surprised. Man. Of all the matches on the card, let me look back on the matches. Yeah, this SummerSlam is just, the matches don't look that appealing. I think out of all the matches on the card, I mean Goldberg, because I like Goldberg, so I'm interested to see Goldberg in the ring again. But I know it's not going to be a good match. I'm interested to see Trish back in the ring. I don't know how it's going to work out. Hopefully that's a good match. AJ versus Ricochet should be a good match. Kofi versus Randy could be a good match. Bayley versus Empress should be a really good match. Becky and Natalya had, with a submission match, it has the chance to be a good match. But there's really no match on here that stands out. You know what I mean? There's really no match on here that makes you go, I have to fucking see this match. I mean, does anyone really want to see Brock versus Seth again? Nobody wants to see that anymore. Kevin versus Shane, just let's hope that's the last time we ever see that. It's just, I don't know, this SummerSlam looks like it's going to be very stale. I mean, they're in Toronto, so Toronto crowds are pretty hot. They really love their wrestling, they're very white hot. The crowd, as long as the crowd loves it, that usually makes the event and the matches a little bit more interesting. That's just my opinion. I'm going to go over NXT Toronto real quick. Alright, so Candice LeRae versus Io Shirai. Io Shirai is now a heel, which, from my understanding, she's a heel. Should be a fun match. I like both girls, but they want to build up Shirai as a heel. So keep her as a heel. Or let her win. Let her get this match. Let her get her heat. Shayna Baszler versus Mia Yim. Mia Yim is the head bitch in charge, which that's something that she's going to need to change when she gets to the fucking main roster. They're not going to let her call herself that. Should be a fun match. Both girls are kind of evenly matched. Mia Yim, I think, is the better wrestler. Shayna Baszler, she's missing something. She's got the badass look and the badass personality and the tough, bitch gimmick down. But she's missing something. I think she needs to reel the fuck back. They need to reel this chick the fuck back and just let her be her. Let her go out there and just beat the fuck out of bitches. Velveteen Dream versus Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong. Probably the match of the night. This will more than likely be the match of the night. Usually any match with Velveteen Dream always has that match of the night stigma on it. Because the guy can work. The guy gets it. He has a great gimmick. Has a good gimmick, and the guy can wrestle. He understands, the psychology of wrestling. You put him on the main roster, he's going to be a big star. But I'm terrified what they're going to do with him on the main roster, so we'll keep him here in NXT. I can't really picture them giving Roderick Strong a title. Maybe they will, just so they can say the Undisputed Era have all the gold. So keep it on Dream. NXT tag team match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Street Profits versus the Undisputed Era. I have a feeling that the Undisputed Era is going to win. Here's what I think is going to happen. I guess we can skip to the main event, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. I think it's going to be one of those things, kind of like with Evolution at Armageddon 2003. I'm throwing out some really old school references, by the way, I'm sorry. Whenever Evolution walked out with all the gold, you had Batista and Ric Flair as tag champions. You had Randy Orton as the Intercontinental Champion. You had Triple H as the World Champion. Just so they can tell that, narrative of, the Undisputed Era, they have all the titles, they have all the gold, they rule NXT, yada, yada, yada. So, this should be a good match. I like the Street Profits. They really showed me something at the last TakeOver. But I think the Undisputed Era is going to walk out with the gold. And then the main event, Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano. Adam Cole is going to win. 2 out of 3 falls match. Again, should be a fun match, but yeah, this feud's kind of run its course. I mean, when you try and do a feud into like a triple threat or a triple anything or a triple match anything, it tends to run its course, regardless of how good workers the two wrestlers are. You need to let this simmer. I don't know what they're going to do with Gargano after if he loses his match. Are they going to keep him in NXT? Or are they going to put him on the main roster? I would say keep Gargano in NXT. Let him be like the king of NXT. I mean, he's been there long enough. Keep him there. So yeah, Adam Cole's going to win. I think, and again, the other 3 Undisputed Era guys are going to win gold, just so, again, they can tell that narrative. The Undisputed Era has all the gold, A, B, C, and D. So that's my predictions for both shows. That's really about it. I was going to talk about some more stuff, but I'll save it for wrestling court later today with Julian, myself, and Trez. Literally last week, it was Julian's birthday last week, and I wished him happy birthday because I'm on Facebook. And he replied with, thank you. By the way, would you like to be on my show next Wednesday? I'm like, what the yeah, sure, of course. So it's gonna be Trez, myself on Julian's show, which is gonna be on Mixlr. The link is in the chat, just in case you're interested. It's gonna start at 7 p.m. Central Time. If you're not in Central Time, it's gonna be 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So look out for that. I imagine we're gonna do SummerSlam predictions. Talk about a bunch of other shit. Can't wait for it. I love being on other people's podcasts. It's fun being a guest on someone else's show. Just so I don't have to, I can just kick back and just be the guest and have fun. Not to say I don't have fun on here. I have a lot of fun on here. But just being able to be on someone else's show and, knowing how they do things over there and just being a part of that, being a part of something different is always fun. Anyways, that is the show. Trademark, Sasha, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'll answer. I'll answer as much as I can. Feel free to ask. All right. So again, that's the show. Thank you, boys, for joining in the show, for being a part of it. Shout outs, Wrestling Soup. Go to their Patreon for just $5. You'll get all the cool shit. You'll even get shows like Global Balding with John Draper. Not Wrestling Soup. DTKC, the Don Tony Kevin Castle show, every Monday after Raw. You can find them on here. You can even find them on Mixlr for just $5, or even $2 actually. You can get all cool shit from their Patreon page. You can even get shows like Dark Chronicles with Kevin Castle and our good friend Trez. Trez has been on the show for quite a bit. Will also be on, just like I said earlier, we'll also be on the same show, Wrestling Court, later tonight. The Trademark Show. Tyler the Trademark, good friend of the show. You can find him on Spreaker, just like me. You can find me on Spreaker. You can find Tyler on Spreaker. Look out for, just listen to his show. Good show. Let's see, Texas Podcast Massacre. If you're a big horror geek like me, this show does the job. These guys talk about horror constantly. They talk about any and all kinds of horror. Just recently, it was announced that Kevin Castle will be making a third appearance on the show. Another good friend of the show, Kevin Castle. So look out for that. I was actually on that show twice. I'm hoping to get invited back again. I don't see why I wouldn't. I didn't piss anyone off. Maybe I did. The Peter position with my good friend Peter. I've known Peter for about 6 years. So he has his own podcast, which you can find on Spotify. He kind of talks more about real world stuff. Thanks for the shout out, as always, dude. Yeah, you're welcome, Trademark. Yeah, take care, brother. Peter. Yeah, you can find his podcast on Spotify. It's called The Peter Position. He talks more about real world shit. Peter's more in tune with the real world. He's not a 30-year-old man still talking about why superheroes are awesome. Anyways, Oh, I'm forgetting somebody else. Oh yeah, Ruben Prime TV, another good friend of the show. Love Ruben, good dude. We talk quite a bit on Twitter. Look for his podcast on Spotify, which I'm pretty sure he has more, links than just Spotify. He actually has his own website, which you can find him on Twitter. You can click on the link, and it shows like everywhere else you can listen to the show. But I have him on Spotify. And then B Show Brian, which is B Show Brian is no more. He's now just Brian. I heard he was gonna. He said he might even start his own horror podcast, which that would be fucking fun. But yeah. Anyways, that is the show for this week. I will be back next week, next Wednesday, as always, same time, same channel. Or actually, not same time, same channel. As a matter of fact, you know what? I might even just start recording earlier. It's actually better to record earlier in the day. It seems like there's more people available early in the day, because at night it just seems like everybody is either on one podcast or they have something else to do. So I think I might even just I might just start recording a little earlier in the day from now on. So yeah, next Wednesday, live on here as always. And if you haven't already, join up to my Discord channel, which you can, if you go to my Twitter, which is The Drew Yari Show, or at The Drew Yari Show, you can find the link for my Discord channel and join up. And like I've said already, 8 million times, at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, I will be on the Wrestling Court with Julian with Trez. Anyways, guys, take care, and I will see you next week. Or actually, I'll see you later tonight.